Morning.
Morning! We've made it to Tuesday.
We have a not Monday. A not Monday.
A not Monday.
So welcome to WAFB Plus. Welcome to 9 News Now.
Yes.
Kind of a look ahead of what's going on today. What we know is going to be happening today, and then stepping through maybe some of the days to come as well. Tuesday. Always kind of busy. The work week really getting going.
Yeah, everything is really starting to pick up, especially when it comes to talks of vaccines, right? So today is actually a big milestone. Today marks 1 year since we found the first COVID case detected in the state of Louisiana. So it's only fitting that the governor is scheduled to talk today.
If you actually head over to WAFB.com right now, or the 9 News app as well, that is what you're going to see. This little red bar up top. Meant to grab your attention. That's kind of why those websites do that. Right up there, the very top, bright red, grab your attention. It is the story of the day because we expect that next chapter in the vaccine story here in Louisiana to kind of unfold today. How many more people are going to be in that eligible tier? That's what we expect to happen.
So at this point, Louisiana is currently in phase 1B, tier 1. But this announcement, again, this is just what we anticipate. The governor could expand that eligibility criteria to include cancer patients, those with hypertension, people who may be morbidly obese. So we're talking,
asthma even?
A lot of people may fall under these categories. So something that we're looking out for at noon today.
Noon, live, carried everywhere you can find WAFB, the big broadcast channel and the app, on the website, streaming services everywhere. We'll have that for you because that is going to be huge. So speaking of vaccines, one of our also top stories here, where you can find vaccine, who has the vaccine, the providers, those who are able to give it out. Everybody obviously wants to know, a lot of folks want to know where they can go to find the vaccine. We have a number of stories that are able to do that.
One of the stories in our one-stop shop, but right now if you're watching and you say, hey, I want to go just see where's the nearest pharmacy next to me, I want to go. That's the best place for you to go to call and either schedule an appointment online or call to see which vaccine they have. Really important if you care which one you're getting. I know a lot of people just want to get one, but if you are specific, check out that store and you can find the phone number, email, or the phone number or the website listed for that place.
And we will tell you, look, we just want to make sure that you are informed to the best of your ability. And look, sometimes we know that's not always going to be WAB.com. Again, we get it. We just want to make sure you know everything you need to know before you go and do it. One of the best websites out there is vaccinefinder.org. And we actually have that website embedded, that link, in a number of stories here at WAFB.com. But if you just want to go to it, you ain't breaking our heart. You're getting what you need when you need it. Vaccinefinder.org. You can punch in your zip code and figure out where the closest site to you that has a vaccine. You can call them, make sure they got it, set up appointments, that kind of thing.
It's real handy.
It really is. It really is handy.
Yeah.
So from that, obviously the vaccine is what's going on today. Stimulus vote.
Yes.
That vote actually could happen today. In fact, they are right now a live look inside the House chambers at our nation's capital. Senate obviously voted on it, made some changes, so now it goes back to the House.
Matt, when we talk about how long it's gotten to this point, this third coronavirus relief package to help out Americans who are struggling, they need to pass it before Sunday because that's when a lot of those unemployment benefits expire. That's when a lot of people are calling about housing. What am I going to do about my housing? Because I've got to figure out how I'm going to pay my rent, how landlords are going to pay that too. So a lot of things to consider when you talk about this third American Rescue Plan here. Obviously, this is going to be President Biden's package. So lots of things to keep an eye out for as the House plans to hopefully vote on that today.
And as I mentioned, the President, if the House passes this, if they go along with what the Senate amended, President saying as soon as he gets to his desk, he will sign this into law quickly. You mentioned housing, right?
Yes, that's
this story right here. The mayor, actually, of Baton Rouge, is asking for anybody in East Baton Rouge Parish, if they've had problems with their housing, affording their housing, rental housing, that kind of thing, because of the pandemic, they're asking you to fill out a questionnaire. And this is all in lieu of us getting a certain amount of money to help with this. In this story, you'll find it at WAFB.com and the 9 News app. The questionnaire is right here, EBRemergencysolutions.com. That's the questionnaire. And then she's going to be holding a webinar tomorrow.
Yes, so the fact that this grant is going to help a lot of people across the country, but in our specific part of the world, in EBR Parish, it's going to help out, obviously, renters, it's going to help out landlords.
That's the webinar,
So tomorrow, that's going to be the first portion of our webinar. She wants to make sure landlords are set up to kind of know what they're expecting as this federal program comes down, those dollars start being allocated to communities. She wants landlords to know what they're going to expect walking into this. And as we learn about more webinars for possibly tenants, we'll let you know when that happens too.
So a big couple days ahead. Got something
Oh, yes, Ms. Jarvis, Lakinya Jarvis, she's asking us to recap. Thank you for watching.
Absolutely. No, thank you. We appreciate it. The recap real quick is the fact that we expect the governor to speak at noon o'clock, 12 o'clock today. We're going to carry that live for you, possibly updating who's in that vaccine tier.
Yeah, again, this is to expand the eligibility just to get more people vaccinated because, again, this will not work unless we get to a herd immunity, and that has to be the majority of the population. So when we talk about possible groups of people who may be eligible, that could be cancer patients, people with hypertension, asthma,
all of it.
Obese individuals. This is a lot of different groups of people that could be eligible once that vaccine rollout happens for the next tier. So the governor is expected to talk around noon today, so we'll look forward to that.
Hopefully that helped. You can actually go back and watch this in its entirety with popcorn and your drink of choice a little bit later on as well. Something else that we talked about today with our Callie Hubbard, summer camps popping up in East Baton Rouge Parish. Now, this is a big deal for a lot of parents, and sign up in EBR begins this weekend.
Yeah, a real big deal because obviously we need things to look forward to, right? Especially kids and parents. So if you're trying to figure out a way, what are my kids going to do this summer? Breck has been working real hard to try to figure out how to make their summer camps COVID safe.
Right.
And they're also creating programs, as they have done for many years now, programs for children with disabilities. It's specifically tailored to meet their needs, but to also get them engagement during this time where everyone's really been cooped up.
That's the thing, the ability to get them out and get them going. Parents are desperately wanting something. And Brick, I mean, you know this. How many times have you been out to their facilities and seen what they have to offer? And you're right, they do offer so many different things, and their ability to cater to every type of child and every need, and really do it specifically and do it in a way that makes the child, the parent, everybody kind of feel safe and welcomed. Breck does it really well. The sign-up begins actually this coming weekend for people in the parish, and then a little bit later after that, they'll let just the general outside the parish jump in as well.
Participate. It's always fun to see what they've got going on.
Always.
Yes.
All right, so all that's going on. Quick weather.
Yes.
Because we were talking a little bit about it, and our smiling Dr. Steve.
Ta-da!
I mean, who doesn't love to see that, right? It actually is, we're in that pattern right now where we're still kind of winter, obviously, spring's around the corner, so you get those chilly starts, warming up to a nice day in South Louisiana.
Flaky biscuit weather, that's what Matt calls it.
It is the flaky biscuit weather because it's all about the layers.
Yes.
You know, you put on those layers, and actually today, you don't need too many layers. Are we really already at 64 degrees?
Already.
Drop the layers.
Hard to believe that when I stepped out the door, it was about 42.
That's exactly right.
And then it warmed up gradually, and it's going to warm up to what, mid-70s
Yeah,
today?
mid-70s. Look right here. You can actually step all the way through that hour-by-hour forecast. So about 3 o'clock, you're going to step out at about 76 degrees. And then once you get towards evening, look at that, right into the still upper to mid-60s.
Walk outside
weather. It is.
Yeah.
It is also perfect baseball weather.
Yes, it is.
LSU's got a game at the box. We're going to get to those basketball Tigers in a minute.
Yes.
Anyway, LSU baseball at the box tonight. They got Texas Southern coming in, and they need to rebound after the weekend.
Yeah, you were saying that after those 3 losses.
It was 2. Yeah, just 2 losses. Yeah, they dropped the series 2 out of 3.
Yes, against Oral Roberts. And they're needing to recover here. And you know, when you talk about a season like theirs that has kind of been up and down, you take the big wins, you take the steady wins, you just take the wins where you can get them.
Yeah, and for these guys, again, we know it's early for LSU baseball. It is just March, and so obviously, you know, you're not judging what's to come. That SEC season is still to come, that 30-game grind. But they'll be at the park tonight. By the way, Southern, big test on the road at Tulane. Did you happen to see this right here? LSU basketball.
Not.
LSU basketball. Obviously, they get ready for the SEC tournament. Their first game is going to be on Friday. They just had 3 of their guys named to the SEC teams by the writers who cover the league, and so really know what's going on. Cam Thomas and Trendon Watford on the first team. Javante Smart down here on the second team. And oh, by the way, Cam Thomas named newcomer of the year.
Well, come on, boys, that's awesome.
So this is a squad that actually has some star talent on it. They're the 3 seed in the tournament.
Clearly, that's recognized.
So
that's fantastic.
We'll see. Again, game 1 coming up for them on Friday. What you got?
Checking in with our comments. Lavinia Richard, how long after having COVID can you take the vaccine? I believe that is a question for the CDC.
It is.
I think some of the answers may change depending on how severe your case is. So We're not comfortable answering that question, but you may want to check the CDC's website for that.
Yeah, and their guidance on some of that has obviously changed a little bit over the last 12 months. But again, that's going to be the website. I certainly don't want to play healthcare worker or scientist. I acquiesce, obviously, we do to them always.
But thank you, Sam Morgan. She's answered. The guidance is to wait at least 90 days before getting the vaccine.
After you've had
COVID-19.
if you've had it.
Johnny Asian says, hey, Matt and Liz, I love you guys so much. I watch you every single morning. Well, it helps that we're in the same studio.
Well, I was going to say, he's on the stinking show.
He's forced to look at
the best part about it in 9 News this morning when he does the traffic stuff, and we've just covered a big story, and he'll go, hey, have you guys talked about this? And it's what we just talked about. Love you, Johnny.
He's keeping us on our toes. He's making sure we know what we're talking about.
The traffic czar knows all.
Amy Scott, I love you. We love you. Amy Scott, she's my hairdresser. She's Steve's hairdresser. She is a loyal WAFB fan. She loves you, and she's letting the people know. Yes, you.
So, yeah, for all you guys watching on YouTube, thank you so much for that. It's just one of the many places you can find WAFB Plus.
Yeah, so we're here on WAFB Plus. You know who else is going to be here?
I have an idea, I know.
30 minutes?
Right here. That guy watching us right now making fun of us.
Yeah.
Johnny Asian with
He's going to have his own show where we get to make fun of him on YouTube.
Yeah. Why did we give him the keys to the Plus?
I don't know. They wanted to do something crazy.
Well, okay. Well, that's about right.
This is a good experiment.
So Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, clearly on YouTube as well. It's a brand new YouTube channel for WAFB. For those of you out there who may have known the YouTube channel prior, that's kind of what we're calling our WAFB archives now, right?
So all of our old stories from the past, you can still find some of those over there. But this is where we're launching some really cool content that we don't have the time to show on the mothership. So stuff like this, stuff like Jock Talk and Asian Nation and Louisiana Weekend, just the really great stories that just take a longer time to tell.
Just the very, very beginning with WAFB Plus.
Yes, indeed.
All right, what are some of the side effects from the different vaccines, Moderna versus Pfizer? Okay, so again, this is going to be CDC related, but I will tell you this. This is personal. My folks got, obviously,
they did.
They're in their age bracket, both in their 70s. They both got their vaccine.
Okay.
Both have received their second dose now. My mother shot 1, shot 2, no problems. My dad shot 1, no problem, shot 2. He actually, for 24 hours, had a little bit of a fever and chills, and then it was gone. So that is what we talked about.
That's kind of on the common side.
Exactly right.
That. Again, not with everyone. The majority of people I've talked to, honestly, have said, honestly, it just felt like a soreness at the injection site. But after that, it went away within 24 hours. So that was the first I'm really hearing about that too.
Yeah, I think that is. I think the chills, the slight fever, and it's over in 24 to 36, and then you're on your way. But I know that for a fact because I had a family member go through it. Now, my wife, who is a healthcare worker, has also, and actually had COVID way back in March when it was first out there. So, I mean, I've seen it personally in my house. It is awful, awful beyond measure. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. And so she has had her 2 doses now as well.
Good.
And the only thing she had was a little bit of soreness. No fever, no chills, no anything. She's good to go. Which is great, you know. Like I mean, it is because it is very personal, and so I've not been able to get the vaccine yet. I'm going to wait in line.
That's it.
Exactly, and wait that kind of thing. But having those around you begin to get it, you can feel
burden.
You can feel it, man. Yeah,
I'm thrilled that your parents, that your wife are able to get it, and it's just a matter of time. Again, it is a choice. At the end of the day, it is a choice. But again, we keep hearing doctors talk about this herd immunity. The majority of the population needs to get the vaccine in order for us to develop that herd immunity. And the CDC came out yesterday saying people who are vaccinated can gather in small groups without masks, but we cannot get to that point if people are not choosing the vaccine. And from what we are seeing and hearing, even locally, they're having problems getting people to schedule it and sign up to do so. So we need to get to that point.
Well, hopefully we get there, and we actually pay attention to those who've done this for a living, and this is their jobs, and those healthcare workers and those scientists who have just been busting it for it. It really is. It's incredible. We got a chance to talk to one on the show this morning, an absolute hero who went to work and sacrificed seeing his family for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Registered nurse Paul Dozet at Baton Rouge General. He had to stay awake from his 3 kids, and his son, one of them is immunocompromised.
Exactly right.
8 weeks he stayed away in isolation because he didn't want to potentially bring that to his family. He said it was miserable. We were both just so emotional.
I was about to lose it.
Talk about a dad who loves his son. I mean, boo-hooing, just hearing him personally say that he never wants to do that again. So to help out those people, to help out our frontline workers, to help out Matt's wife, we have to do our part.
Anybody.
Yeah.
They've done theirs, and they continue to. The least we could do is ours as well.
That's it.
All right, so there you go. Welcome to 9 News Now. We're doing this every morning at 9:15. See if we can't step you through the day and let you know a little bit about what's going on. Johnny Asian is going to be around the corner. He does his show, Asian Nation, every Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Yes, he
A little
does.
bit of everything. You just never know what you're going to get with Johnny. Whether you're watching the Big Show or Asian Nation, you just never know. But he's coming up in less than about 30 minutes now.
Yes, he is. I believe he has some guests. He's talking
does.
about Meatball Day also. Not related, just two separate fun little nuggets that he's talking about.
Meathead?
Today. Oh, I don't know.
Johnny Asian Meathead Day?
Well, probably.
It's a whole nother
That
thing.
sounds right. It's a good tease for his show, so you gotta watch.
There you go. Again, folks, there you go. Until then, until Johnny Asian show and until the noon, again, we're expecting the governor to speak at noon.
Right.
We'll update you at WAFB.com and, of course, as always, the 9 News app.
That's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.